got a narcissistic parent, I'm sorry to say this, but they are wrapped up too much in their world to care for you. And I'm really sorry to say that. Because it's painful to say that, because, you know, naturally you should think my parents should be there for me. Why are they against me? Why are they putting obstacles in my path? What is it? This emotion, unfortunately, it's very difficult for a narcissistic person to change. They have to go through a lot of healing process, and that means facing their fear of their fear is showing their insecurity. And in a healing journey, you have to face your insecurity. You have to face your shadow self. You have to face your ego. And that is what they run away from. They do not want to go back and uncover the trauma they have, because it's a lot of trauma, and they will never do it. And so they will never heal. And unfortunately, most of the time, narcissistic personality disorder is very difficult to change. And so I learnt this. Regardless if this person's your mother, your father, I don't know, your brother, your sister, it doesn't matter. This, unfortunately, is not going to change much, this personality that they have. So you need to understand here, you've got to raise yourself at this point. You've got to be very selfish, and you've got to do very selfish things to save yourself. And if you're living in that environment every day, I know what it's like, and it is absolutely the most draining experience. It's really up there, especially if it's a parent, because you're so entwined with that. It's your parent, you know, and you're emotionally and financially under their thumb. And, you know, you need to number one is get yourself out of the environment. So what you need to do is you need to start lying. Most of the time they'll be asking for rent, they'll be asking for money, they'll be doing something like this to try and have that control over you in that household or something. So what I would start doing is, don't tell them if you've got some savings. That's what I did. I stopped saying that I had anything. I said, no, nothing. And obviously I was living there, I'd had to pay my rent and stuff like that. But I was going so much, giving everything, telling everything, all my financial information to my mother. And it was being used against me, and guilt trip and everything. So I decided, you need to get out of this situation. You need to start lying. Stop telling her everything. So I started lying. During COVID, I started putting some money away to save up for a deposit so I could rent an apartment, which I'm still here now. And I just kept putting stuff away, because I was getting like furlough, which is like the COVID thing where they give you. And I put some away, and I just didn't tell. I just lied. So if she was asking for money, I'd say, I've only got this amount. I wouldn't say that I've got this amount. And she was trying to find out, you know, because they don't want you to be independent. They don't want you to be free from them. Because once you're free, it's over for them. It's done. It's over. The wall will start crumbling down. So will do everything in their power to make sure that you cannot leave that environment. And whether that is financial control, mental control, guilt tripping, they'll be like nice one day, the next day they'll be like, and then the moment you say, I'm going to leave, you will see a switch in their personality. They will become an angel. No, you should. This is what happened to me. Oh, you don't need. I'm thinking about going. Oh no, don't. I can do everything here for you. Everything's gonna be perfect. You can save money. This is how they get you as well. You can save money here. You shouldn't be paying all that money into a new flat apartment. You could just live here with me, and I can. No, they don't care about that. Trust me, they will switch the next day. They do not want you to be free. They do not want you to have independent thought. They do not want you to flourish. And they know the moment that you leave the environment that you will flourish. And because they've chosen you, you've been targeted. You have been targeted out of all your siblings. Maybe you have been the one that's been targeted, because there's something about you. There is something that maybe reminds them of you when they were younger, something that they didn't achieve. There is something about you that you have in you that they want to be associated with, so it makes them look better. There is something about you that is special. And this is what you got to understand here. There is something about you that they can see in you that you can be great. And unfortunately, they don't want you to be great. And it's a really hard thing to get your mind around. Like, why wouldn't my parents want me to be great? Isn't that naturally something that they would want me to do? But when you have this personality disorder, I truly believe it's the ego takes over. The need for themselves is greater than the need that they should have for you. And all they're thinking about is themselves. How are they going to make themselves look better? How does this look on themselves? It's a very selfish disorder. And it's extremely difficult to change someone's behavioural patterns like this. I tried for over 30 years. Well, I tried maybe for over 20 years to try and instill into this person, my mother, some, ways in which she can be more maternal. I'm like, she'll change. She'll get it. She'll figure it out. No, I'm here at 35. No boyfriend, no kids, no style, very behind in life. And I'm not going to just blame it all on that situation, but I'm saying that once you've grown up in that household, there is a lot of delay in your life. That I wasn't even free until I was like 33. Okay. So there's a lot of catch up. There's a lot of delay in your life. And when you come from an environment where you're not financially, you haven't come from a wealthy family or anything like that, you have to get yourself out of this. And if the longer you stay in that environment, the quicker your soul is going to be destroyed. And I see it like that. Because when I was there, I was so skinny. I was so drained. I was drained of becoming like this therapist. It was too much for me. It was unpredictability. It's not good for you. And I'm telling you, it does you no favors by trying to save the argument of, oh yeah, let's save money. Let's help my parents out here. They do not care. They do not care. They care about having control over you in that household. And this is specifically for narcissistic parents, okay? People that have grown up in narcissistic parents' households. And they give you that roller coaster, like one day you think, oh my God, they're actually being like a mother. No, that's them faking it. The real them is the person that is ego, the selfish. That's the real them. That's the more consistent, that's the more natural part of them. That whole mother thing is an act, okay? It's an act because they've noticed that you're catching on to something in them and they need to pull it back in, and they've noticed this, right? So then they'll put on the act, or, oh yeah, we can do it. So you're like, oh, so they've changed. And and that's how it keeps going and keeps going and keeps going, because you have a glimmer of hope, and they know they're very manipulative, so they know to tug onto that. You're their child, so they know they can use that thing against you that they've programmed into you since such a young age. They've chosen you for a reason. And I just think the quicker you can get out of this environment, the better. You're not going to waste your life.